Hey everybody, guess what? We're in a garage. Yay! Finally, this is looking good. Now, we have the engine down here as well, so I got that down here last night. I've been a bit waylaid this morning. I was really hoping to get into doing the engine swap today. It's not going to happen. It's already midday and I've got a few other things I need to sort out. So we're going to have to plan on when that'll be. So I've got to find out, I'll talk to the owner and find out how he's placed and when we can book this in to do it. So we've now we've got over the mistakes we made. Luckily they weren't too costly. We've torqued these up, M6 bolts, these things, 12 Newton meters or 9 foot-pounds. We've got that on now, happy with that. They're all torqued up properly. Again, big lesson learned. I'm still not 100% sure where that one's supposed to go, so I might have a quick look before I go too much further. I'm going to have a quick look in my car and see if I can work that one out. Right guys, so here I have ATI damper. This is a standard size, 0%. I do have another one which is a 2%. But this one is 0% because it's got a 17% on it here. I don't really want to overdrive this, but I've read up lots of different things. Who knows? I'm going to use this as a bit of an experiment myself. Like I said, I've got this 0% and 17%, which I'll put on. Then I'm also at one point going to try a 2% and a 15%. See if it makes a massive difference or not. Obviously, like people say, you put a big one of these on, it spins up everything faster, the alternator, everything starts moving a bit faster. Whereas at least keep this, then it's keeping those at standard speeds, and then you're using this to reduce pulley just to speed up that. So we'll see. I can combine a number of things. So the nice thing about the ATI damper is that they send you a tensioning bolt. It does talk in the instructions about using your old crank bolt, but I've ordered a new one. This is a 10mm hex. It does suggest to use a coffee warmer or something to heat up the central part here. I don't really have a lot here. I was hoping to get the fire going, because we'll just use a little bit of light heat to just heat it up a little bit, and then we'll pop that on. We'll use this bolt to drive it up tight, and then we'll put the proper crank bolt in with a Loctite on it. So as we can see around the edge here, this has a top dead center marking, but there isn't anything anywhere else that I can see that we can run it to. So on the inside you've got this little slot here. So I'm just going to make sure we've got this nice and clean before we move in, put it on. So we have got this marking here, but there's nothing on the crank that would align to that. So we're just going to put it on. We'll put it on upright, see how we go. So it sits in quite nicely there. It's got a nice beveled edge. It's going to make. I've already tested to make sure the thread's clean, which it is. What I haven't done is I haven't prepared a tool. need to put a locking tool on this, stop everything moving around. Okay, okay, so this, I think this bolt has reached the bottom. So it does say the instructions use this to get it in most of the way, and then you use this other bolt, which I must have hit the bottom, I think. Let's see if this one goes in right. There we go. So the idea is we need to pull it on enough so that we can get the proper one on. Now we need 15 mil for that. Sorry about that. I just want to use a 6-sided socket, not a I don't want to be using a 12-sided. I think we're almost there. So because we're almost there, what we'll do is check the torque settings. Make sure we don't go silly here. So crankshaft pulley. Crankshaft pulley is this one, 115 Newton meters or 85 foot-pounds. So it's interesting, in the ATI instructions, and I've seen some people will reuse this bolt, it does say here in these instructions here, do not reuse. Oh hey, this only goes to 100. That's not going to be any good to us, is it? We have to see if we've got another one. Right, this torque range will go the distance. Oh, let's not go too far. We'll have problems. 120, back it off. 5 is 100. There's 110. So that should be 110. 115 should be there. So just double check. That's 120. 115. Let's lock that in place. See where we're at. Right, what we're going to do for protection's sake, I'm going to go back a little bit. I go back to, where are we? Go back to 100 first. See where we get to. Okay, so we're good on 100 there. So this is 110. Okay, we're good on 110. So I imagine 115 won't be too much more. Slight tweak. There we go. Okay, we're good. Now let's get the belt tensioner back on. Right, so first going to line that up over here. Other mounting bolt over here. Two 10mm bolts. So we have to pull it. Right. So these are the same as these. So we'll get out our small torque wrench again that we have now, so we can do proper torques lower in at the lower end. So 10mm. So we wanted 12 on this. There, yep. Oh. Now let's double check the others. Auxiliary belt tensioner. So these are these are 45 Newton meters or 33 foot-pounds. 45. Does this one go as low as 45? Save me getting out. No. Okay, so this tool starts at 80. Sixteens and 45. 40. Where was 0 there? So 45. Lovely. Done. Right guys, so now next step is to swap out the cam. We've got the standard cam, we're going to put it, and the reason we've probably mentioned this before, but I'll keep mentioning these things to make sure I remember why as well. So we're changing the cam because we want to we don't want to have to tune the engine, but you know, I don't want to put it in and have to run around trying to get it tuned straight away. So what we'll do, we'll put this in, and then it should be fine running it as it is. As mentioned, these injectors are slightly bigger than normal, but from what I understand, that shouldn't be an issue. The ECU should be able to understand that and pick up on that, but we'll double check all that. And of course, anyone who's watching, you're more than welcome to please comment your thoughts on that. Right, so we'll just remove the cam sensor. Slightly different O-ring than I would have expected to be in here. We'll have a look at that. Let's see. We'll get that out of the way. Now what we'll do is we're going to take off the rockers, the exhaust rockers and the inlet rockers, so we can get to the cam. Take out the bolt, pop the caps off, and we'll get that in. So, what do we need? Ten. Right, because it's all locked in place, there are certain valves that will be up and some that will be down or part of the way. So what we don't want to do is undo one completely and then the other, because it could put pressure on this bar, and we don't want to introduce any flex to that. Something's not right there. Nope. The elusive 10mm. Let's use this one here. Make sure we're undoing it. So we'll just undo each a little bit. Now I'll go around and just ease them off bit by bit till they all feel like they're not under tension. As the inlet's a bit loose, exhausts are pretty loose. There we go. So they should all electronic tool would be useful. Let's just lift it off. So we're getting a closer look at the, so this is a Newman P1.2 cam. So what we'll do is once it's out, we'll have a, see if we can do a comparison with the others. The other one. Okay, so the caps, the end caps, these are all marked, so they do need to go back where you take them out from. So starting from obviously the timing chain side, you've got one, number one, this is marked, you can see probably just in there, number one. We've got number 2, number 3, 4, 5. What we'll also do, actually I might just pop these back on for a sec. I need to loosen up that cam bolt on the end. Okay, we're keeping timing, but we've lost track of that now. Right, people, interesting looking at this head. The camshaft seems in really good condition, which is good to know. Trying to see if there's any markings on it that state what it is. But there's definitely a little bit of scouring in here. So is that bad? Well, possibly not, because this seems okay. But I guess what's important for me is knowing that my other head has got a little bit of screwing in there. And as long as it's maybe minimal, maybe it's not such a big deal. So this the cams have this little locking pin, and that's pretty much what holds it in place against the chain, the timing chain. Question is can I get this to go back in? I can. So we're just showing on the other camera here how getting this on and off is a bit of a pain, because this washer doesn't fit underneath the locking tool, which is a bit of a pain, but you know, we'll work around it for now. I need to get some assembly oil, or assembly lube, or whatever you want to call it. Just make sure this is all oiled up nicely before we get it started. Because I still will have the valve cover off. Probably when this engine goes in, or it will be loose. We'll see, we might put it on or not, but I can always add a bit of extra oil in when I need to. I'll see if there's any here. I didn't bring any with me. Right, so just taking the cam locking tool off just for a sec, because I need to get this washer in behind it. So it's a bit of an annoyance, really. I'm just wondering if taking away a bit of this cam locking tool is useful, or whether just this washer is massive. Anyway, we'll finger tight in as much as we can, and hopefully it'll be enough. Yeah, that's going fine. That's finger tight, so we should be able to get the tool back on. There we go. Okay, so we're good. We know we're in time. This is the standard camshaft now. I do need to get some, well, I've got some over there, but what we'll do is we need to, first of all, oh, what I also did, I took the chain tensioner out. This one seems, I pushed it back, but it's very graunchy. So I do have another one, so I might just replace this one just to make sure we're okay. But what I need now is the torque settings. So these are 30 Newton meters or 21 foot-pounds. Camshaft position sensor bolt, camshaft sprocket belt, 102. I'm assuming it means bolt. Camshaft, so it's 102 Newton meters or 75 foot-pounds. Right, let's carry on. That's right, I need to get some oil, don't I? Right, a little bit carried away there. Number 2, yeah, number 2. And number 1. Okay. They're in place. Alright, I think I probably need to put these back on first. We don't want that moving around. So first of all, we've got the inputs. This is going to be fun. Right. We should take the bolts out to do this. Let's just set it roughly where we need it. That's not in the right place, is it? Yes. Okay. Let's just drop. Let's just drop these in this side. Now, we can get, hopefully he says, this is a fun job, isn't it? Come on. What's anywhere now? Oh, for goodness sake. This is like herding cats. Seriously. I think I'm going to swear by the time I finish with this. Is this really that difficult? Oh no, now I've lost bits. Shit. Alright, that's broken. Now, the challenge is I'm missing one. There it is. Oh, the joy and fun. So this one's okay, don't know why it's come off. Okay, little close up. So I don't know what these things are called, but these obviously sit on the top of the valves. As you can see, there's a hole in here. Oil pushes through there and puts pressure on there. There's these little nylon plastic caps. There's little plastic caps that hold them in place, and they deteriorate. As you can see in this one's got a crack in it, so I've pulled that one off. This one's broken, and I think this one here had also fallen off, so there's a crack in it there. So I've just happened to have some others. I had another from the other engine, so I've gone and grabbed some of those, so we're going to pop those on here. So these just pop over the top here like this and just clip in place there, so that can spin around. So we'll have to buy a set of these, or maybe a big bag of them. Could be useful. We'll just stick all those on. Here we go. Now we've checked the others, and the others look all right. Can't see any damage. Obviously, typically what I'd normally do is replace the whole lot. But at the moment, it's a matter of timing. So, and you know, one could say, well, I could just pull all these other ones off the other head, the other rockers, and use them, but I don't know what state these are in. So really what I would do is get some new ones. But for now, just to get this in, so we can carry on with this work. Like I said, this engine will come out again at some point, and it's not too hard to get into the top of the valve cover anyway to do work. So if I need to, I can come back in there later and check these. Right, let's see, and excuse the noise, sorry, there's someone else working next door. Let's see if we can actually get this in now. Wish me luck. All right, this could definitely be a plan B. Plan B situation, I need to go back up to the other barn to get some parts. Well, the exhaust went in all right. What do I do with this? Once again, with tightening up as we did when we undo it, little bits at a time. Wait till that just feel like it's getting tight. Well, this one already is. So little bits at a time. Right, we're not going to torque it up yet, we'll just keep that tight because we haven't done the other side. And to do the other side, I need to go and get some of those little, I don't know what you're called, Right, we had this set to 80 to start with. Okay, we've hit 80. That's good. This is this 100? Yeah. Let's go to 90. And then we've got 102. So interestingly enough, this bolt is not suggested as a replacement. So that's cool. Right, that's 102, that's one sorted out. So here is the tensioner. A cap, as I said, I pushed it back in, but in pushing it back in, it was really quite crunchy. So I've got another one, so we're going to put another one in. Right, here's a new one. So it comes locked in place. You can't do anything with it at the moment. It just takes oil pressure to bring that out. I need to get it in soon because I'm going to run out of space in the camera. Obviously, once I've got this in, I will rotate the engine round a couple of revolutions and make sure nothing's hitting. Just make sure they're all sitting on the valves all right. Yep. Okay. Right, now we need to check the torque settings on these. So they are 10s, rocker arm shaft bolts, 30 Newton meters or 21 foot-pounds. So that's the camshaft bearing cap. So the bearing cap, which is these things here. Rocker arm, these things here. Shaft bolts, the bolts. So, is that 10? Okay, not too. These are pretty much, I think in my tightening, I've almost done them to exactly where they need to be. Yep, so some need a little bit more than the rest, but good. Just go through them again, making sure all good. And so what have we done today? Michael's admitted his embarrassing mistake on what he did with these, and then there's the lucky story of escape. It's only cost me a set of bolts, so lucky me. We've now talked this down properly. There's still one deciding factor. We need to know whether we've got that in the right place. I'm not sure we have. So if I do get this out in the next, well, short time, but please comments anyway. There's two holes. I've put mine on the lower at the moment. I've got this feeling it should possibly be on the top one, but not 100% sure yet. So we've put the tensioner back on, we've put the ATI damper in, that's all torqued down. We have changed the camshaft. Now we've taken the Newman out, so some people are going, oh, why'd you done that? And like I said, I need to get this, I need to swap this into the car in a day. I don't have time to go and worry about having it put on dyno and run up and reprogrammed for having that in it. So I really want the stand one in just for the moment. Also, it helps me because what I can do is do a baseline with like 17% in it, for example. See where that takes me, and putting the Newman in, see what that does. Because as I go through my engine upgrades, I want to be able to sort of baseline a number of things, and we'll take it from there, see what we get. So we've got the standard cam in it now. There are 380cc injectors in here. We could change them. I have got obviously the standard set, but we'll see how we go. We may change them, we may not. I'll talk to a few people and see if it's worth it or not. We've changed the tensioner, put a new tensioner in it. There's all new oil seals here, so oil seal there, there are oil seals here. When we knocked this over, we're going to try and pick it up. We have damaged this, so we're going to have to, we'll swap this over for another one, making sure we use the good seals. And that is pretty much where we're at with this. We'll put the valve cover back on, and really from here it's now finding the time, booking the time to get this in that car. Right, everybody, it's been a cold day, but we've got a lot done. I need to arrange with the owner of the garage to book some time in, which I'll sort out, and I'm going to also obviously find the time to do it. Fingers crossed we can do it in a day. I'm sure mechanics would laugh and say, do it in half a day. I'm not a mechanic, I've never taken one out before, so I'm sure we'll be fine, but yeah, let's see how we go. So take care for now, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.